The most important investment you could ever make, it's not your investment portfolio, although that's very important. The most important investment you can make is in your knowledge and your education, particularly around finances.
Welcome to the Inside Forbes Councils podcast. Each episode shares transformative insights and advice from members of Forbes Councils, a group of invitation-only communities for successful executives and entrepreneurs. This is Inside Forbes Councils.
Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of the Inside Forbes Councils podcast. I'm your producer, Stephen Ganoza. This week, we have a very personal, sobering, yet cautionary contribution from Forbes Finance Council member, Stacy Francis. She's going to share the very personal story of her grandmother, who stayed in an abusive marriage because of a lack of financial independence and knowledge. Stacy will discuss how this has shaped her work at Francis Financial and also her charity, Savvy Ladies.
Hello, this is Stacy Francis of Francis Financial. It's a fee-only wealth management firm. And the story I'm going to share with you is a story that might be difficult to hear from, but at the same time could help change your life. Because the story I'm going to tell you is about why you need to know about money. You see, I grew up watching my dearest grandmother, someone who I loved more than anything, stay in an abusive marriage. You can't imagine the pain you feel, the helplessness, the anger of watching someone you love more than anything be hurt by someone. And I didn't understand why she stayed. I was finally courageous enough when I was a sophomore in college to ask her why she stayed. And it's her answer that shaped who I am today and what drives me every day, and why I will never sit still until every woman understands their financial situation, and more importantly, every woman has the support and the education she deserves to live her life feeling financially secure and comfortable. So the response to why my grandmother stayed was that she admitted it was because of money. And it's not that my grandfather had a lot of money, but she felt so disempowered that she would have rather stayed in an abusive marriage than to venture out on her own and face the fear, the worry, the risk, because she felt so unequipped to deal with money. That story, while it's very hard to talk about, is really important, because you may not be yourself in an abusive marriage, but you may find yourself in a marriage that isn't making you happy, or a job that isn't making you happy, or any type of situation that isn't making you happy. And it's so important that you have, again, the financial knowledge, the skills, and the support to live your best life. And that's why I created a charity in honor of Grandma, Savvy Ladies. Savvy Ladies is a 501c3. We've worked with now 20,000 women free of charge. And so if you have questions, please reach out. I also have another great resource for women to learn how to get savvy about their money. Through Francis Financial, the firm that I started, we're an independent wealth management firm focusing on working with women going through and after divorce. We spent an entire year interviewing 150 women going through the divorce process or separation. And then we spent another year writing up our results. And you can go right on our website www.francisfinancial.com, to get a copy of the study. And what was really interesting is that the results shed a new light on the emotional, the legal, the financial difficulties women face during and after divorce. These women were so kind and also shared essentially the do's and the don'ts of navigating this transition. You see, what I find about women is that no matter how painful our own story might be, we want to share it if we're able to help another woman navigate those difficult waters and hopefully leapfrog some of the mistakes that we've made. Because a lot of these women that we talk to, 38% of these women felt like they did not have enough support, and a full 11% actually admitted they had no support. That means over half the women didn't feel like they had enough care and uplifting from either friends or professionals. This is something that we need to know, because as we all read the statistics, 1 out of 2 marriages end up in divorce. So as you look around, it's most likely you or your friend who's currently married will find themselves on their own. And we definitely need more support. The other thing that women shared with us is that many of the women played an active role in everyday bill paying in their marriages. In fact, 77% of these women were active in everyday bill paying. However, only a third of these women had a role in the all-important financial planning, investment management, and long-term decision-making. This lack of experience led to some pretty dismal results. In fact, only a third of the women we interviewed felt currently that they were confident and actually understood their investment portfolio and investment strategy after divorce. These are numbers that have to change. This is an issue that is a fundamental skill that we all need. And I liken it to going on an airplane, getting ready to pass the pilot's cockpit on your left as you're getting ready to go further towards your seat in the back, and having that pilot tap you on the shoulder and have him or her say, you know what, I'm not feeling well. Do you mind taking over and flying the airplane for me? You would never imagine to agree to that. And you would also look at that person and really wonder what is wrong with them. I have to say that us as women, well, and also men, so many of us haven't been given us the skills and the training to navigate our own plane, our own financial future forward. And so expecting to be able to do it on our own is, I think, as unreasonable as asking someone to fly a Boeing 747 who's never done so. So I invite you, get educated about your finances. Not only will it help you and give you the life that you truly deserve, but also for the people who you love in your life. You are a role model. And if you can do this, then you know that you're sending that perfect message to them that they can do this too. Thank you for your time and for making that investment in you. Because the most important investment you could ever make, it's not your investment portfolio, although that's very important. The most important investment you can make is in your knowledge and your education, particularly around finances.
I'd like to thank Stacy for sharing that very personal story. Once again, you can find out more about the work that Stacy is doing at francisfinancial.com, and also be sure to check out her charity, Savvy Ladies. That's savvyladies.org, savvyladies.org. That's all for today. We'll see you on the next episode.
This has been Inside Forbes Councils. Please be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're a member of the Forbes Councils and would like to participate in our podcast series, please email your member concierge. If you're interested in joining a Forbes Council, learn more at forbescouncils.com.